In this video, I'm going to give you 4 key actions that you can take to help prevent yourself from not being a victim of car theft. All right, so car theft is not an isolated topic here, not an isolated problem. And what I mean by saying that is it's not specific to any particular brand, manufacturer, city, province, country, state. Auto theft is everywhere. And you may have already noticed that the number of cases has only been rising and rising over the past couple of weeks, months, and years. And as I just mentioned, later on in this video, I'm going to give you 4 key actions and takeaways that you can do right now to help prevent yourself from being a victim of car theft. But before I do that, let me share with you my experiences of car theft. That's right, I was nearly a victim of car theft twice. All right, so this video is from my home surveillance cameras. A little bit over a year ago, I almost was a victim of car theft at that time. I just so happened to be in a rush that night, and you can see here they're trying to scan the key fob, trying to scan the key signal. But luckily, as I mentioned, I was a little bit in a rush, and I just so happened to have my smart key sitting underneath my wallet. Now, a lot of you might say, what does that have to do anything with car theft? Well, one of the ways that they'll try to get into your vehicle is by scanning and copying the signal from your key fob. But this wallet has the anti-scan technology built into it, luckily. And my key fob was sitting underneath it just by chance, just by fluke. So as you can see, they were not successful here in taking the vehicle, luckily. Yes, that's right. Unfortunately, we weren't doing a heck of a great job trying to protect ourselves from car theft at that time. But we did learn since then. We've taken many precautions, which I'm going to talk to you about just ahead in this video. But let me share with you a second attempt of being a victim of car theft. That's right. So this video is just about 1 year after that, which was actually about 2 months ago from this date. We did have another attempt of car theft at our home property, caught it on the cameras. They were not successful. Now at this point, we were a little bit more proactive. We had an anti-theft immobilizer installed in the vehicle. So definitely they weren't able to take the vehicle. They ended up setting off the alarm, and then you can see here at some point they tried to go back in to deactivate the alarm, but weren't successful in even doing that. So they took off, and luckily I was not a full victim of car theft, but they did manage to do some damage to the vehicle and break the door handle, unfortunately. But now, being with Maple Toyota for about 16 years, we do have an in-house body shop, so I have seen my fair amount of auto theft recoveries come in and out of the store. And here's what I've learned during that time. There are a large number of ways and different things you can do as a vehicle owner to protect your vehicle from being stolen. But here's the 4 things that I think are the complete best options for you to protect yourself and your vehicle. Now, I feel that the number 1 best advantage you can have to protect yourself from being a victim of car theft is to hide your vehicle. That's right. Now, I don't mean put a blanket over it. I mean, if you have the ability, whether you have a single car garage home, a double car garage home, or if you're in underground parking, whatever the case may be, if you have the option, put your vehicle away, put it in the garage. If you have a double car garage home with 4 cars at the house or 3 cars at the house, or a single car garage home with 1 or 2 or 3 cars in the family or in the household, do your research, see which vehicle might be of higher theft potentially, and put that vehicle away, put it in the garage. Don't think that it won't happen to you. That's what I thought just over a year ago, and you can see there was an attempt of theft. So number 1 best thing you can do, course of action, is hide your vehicle, put it away when you're not driving it. Now, my number 2 suggestion, and recommendation. I do understand that a lot of you, or some of you, may not have the luxury of being able to hide or put away your vehicle, whether it's a garage and so on. So my number 2 recommendation, the next step course of action you can take, is to try to block in your vehicle. That's right. So if you have the ability to park behind someone or behind something where someone who's trying to get in your vehicle without the keys and steal it won't be able to get out of that spot easily without someone moving or, driving out or reversing, whatever it is, in front or behind your vehicle, that would be ideal. If you can find a way to block in your vehicle, I think you would probably be very successful in trying to avoid car theft. Now, although this isn't foolproof and bulletproof as an alternative or a theft deterrent, if the first 2 options aren't a possibility for you to achieve, you can't do that, then I would definitely recommend getting something like this. So this here, my friends, is a steering wheel club. Very easy to use, very easy to put on. It's pretty cheap. You can get something like this for in and around $100 or less. It takes about 10 seconds to set up and put in. You clip one end into this part of the steering wheel, another into the top part. You lock it up and you take the key with you, and there you have it. You're not able to drive or move your steering wheel. But desperate times call for desperate measures. What do I mean by that is there is still a way, unfortunately, that the auto theft can happen when you have something like this on your steering wheel. Take a look at this picture. So this is probably a little bit more on the drastic side. You see here the car thief had to actually take something like a Sawzall and actually make a cut in the steering wheel, and I'm not sure how they would even do something like this. Probably cut it and bend it a little bit to wedge the steering wheel club out. Now, I can only imagine that something like this can only take place if your vehicle is somewhere off in the, in an area where you're not able to see it, no one can hear anything, because doing something like this, pulling it off, would first, number 1, take time, and number 2, would definitely make some noise for them to be successful in taking your vehicle. Now, I'm going to give you one more little tidbit that you can do, very easy step to help protect yourself from being a victim of car theft. Check it out. So a lot of the times, car thieves will need your VIN number in order to successfully take your vehicle. One thing you can do is actually cover your VIN number. So the VIN number is accessible usually on your top dash, right under your windshield here in the driver's side corner. And one more spot, which you can't really get to unless you have the keys to get in the vehicle. Your VIN number is usually right here on the inside of the door jamb. But by covering your VIN number, you can definitely take one more step in protecting yourself from being a victim of car theft. Now, if you want to spend a little bit more money and get a little bit more technical, something a little bit more advanced than a steering wheel club, you can go ahead and check your local dealer for what they have available in terms of anti-theft systems, engine immobilizers, whether it's aftermarket or what. We have one on our vehicle, and this is actually a system from CompuStar. As you can see here, it's very easy to use. You don't really have to do much, but these are some steps that you can take. That's the 4th recommendation I would make to try to protect yourself from being a victim of car theft. So number 1, just to recap, hide your vehicle, put it inside, put it away when you're not driving it, when you're not using it, whether it's overnight or whatnot, if it is something that is high theft. Number 2 would be blocking it in, putting a blocker behind your vehicle. Number 3 recommendation would be something like a steering wheel club. And number 4 would be doing an engine immobilizer or an anti-theft system on your vehicle. Well, guys, that's all that I've got for this review. I hope that these 4 suggestions help you out from not being a victim of car theft. We'll catch you in the next video, guys. Take care.